The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by MEDINE'S Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose MEDINE'S. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen, the Louisiana Sports Scouting Report TV podcast. Today's show is going to be Breaux Bridge. Man, a lot of tradition at Breaux Bridge. When I think of Breaux Bridge, I think of Dominique Davis, Jonathan Zanon. I mean, just Parker that went to Arkansas back in the day was a great DB. Lots of great players have come out of Breaux Bridge. Even basketball players have come out of Breaux Bridge D1, 1AA. A lot of them went to UL. Most of them have went to UL or LSU. Every now and then you'll see somebody sign with Tech or Tulane from Breaux Bridge. But we've got the head coach with us today from Breaux Bridge, and also his star quarterback who's got the most experience of probably anybody coming back on offense at Breaux Bridge. And Breaux Bridge has a lot of young talent coming back with the chance to have a great year. We'll be right back in just a moment with the quarterback from Breaux Bridge. We're going to introduce him when we come back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see MEDINE'S Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast TV show. Breaux Bridge is the show today. Our first guest is the quarterback, Kelby Hypolite, who's only a junior. Actually got 2 years, and he's a quarterback, and he's got experience. He's been playing a long time. I want to go ahead and introduce him, but before we do that, I want to talk about some notable people that have come out of Breaux Bridge. Jake DeLome, remember Jake DeLome? He came out of Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. One of the biggest names ever, was a Super Bowl start quarterback for Carolina Panthers, and also we're gonna talk about other ones after we bring Coach on in between breaks. But I want to go ahead and introduce our quarterback, Kelby Hypolite. Nice to see you, man.
Nice to see you too.
Now, you're the guy now at Breaux Bridge, and there's a lot of responsibility being the quarterback at Breaux Bridge with all the great teams. And I'm sure you've been around the program a while.
Yes, sir.
What is the expectations for you to get Breaux Bridge turned around? I know y'all have had a couple of lean seasons there. Y'all have had some young guys. Y'all have had some small senior classes. But Coach told me the future's bright. Y'all got a lot of guys out this year.
Yes, sir. I mean, be a leader, big part of the team, make sure people doing what they got to win.
Now, as a quarterback, your freedom to run is there, because you're really like a running back, receiver playing
Yes,
quarterback.
sir.
But you can throw it. I heard you got a good arm.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about throwing the ball?
I gotta work on it a little bit more practice. I get better with it.
You're learning the position pretty good, though.
Yes, sir.
You've been in a lot of battles as a player.
Yes, sir.
What's it like playing against some of the teams y'all play at Breaux Bridge?
Fun, competitive. I like competing.
What do you think of Cecilia?
Cecilia. A big rival.
People don't understand that unless you're from that area, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And I learned that about 30 years ago. When I went to Cecilia one day, I said, well, who's the rival team? They said Breaux Bridge. Then I figured out how close y'all are. Tell everybody how close the schools are.
Right there.
Some of y'all have the same addresses, right?
Yes, sir.
What do you think of, do you get pumped a little bit more playing them?
No, yes, sir. Definitely.
You got cousins on the team or anything? You do?
Definitely. Yes, sir.
Y'all do a lot of trash talk going into the week?
All day. Before the game, before even the season started, trash talk.
So on the schedule, where are they this year?
District, week 6.
Week 6. You already got it marked?
Oh, yes, sir.
Who won the last game?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Yes, sir.
So y'all are determined to get back.
We got to. Yes, sir.
Now, do y'all get anything the winner of that? Do y'all have any kind of like, you know how some of these rivals have like a trophy or like a?
Nah, just feel good.
Feel good about beating them. And it's not even, what, 1 mile apart?
No.
Not even that. Now, some of your teammates coming back. You got Mason coming back at running back. You've got, you know, Christian Matthews, who's probably the strongest small guy in the state, right? Coach told me he squats 400 pounds. He's not. Does he weigh 150?
No, I don't think so.
About 145?
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. Squats 400 pounds. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna have more of Kelby Hypolite, the quarterback from Breaux, athlete quarterback from Breaux. We'll be right back.
Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Tres & Care Tire Company, located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated. It's 1971. That's 331-8144. Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours. Located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
Before we come back to our quarterback, Kelby Hypolite from Breaux, we got his head coach with us today too, Zachary Lochard, who's comes over from Patterson. You know, when I scheduled the show, we filmed the other show earlier, but he was the Patterson head coach last year, and now he's your new head coach. What do you think of Coach?
He's a good coach. He's bringing the program back. Everybody happy now.
Excited
to play for him. Everything.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy.
Because when I talk to Coach on the phone, he's got tons of energy.
Energy. Everybody talk trash at practice. Last year, never had none of that energy all around.
You feel it back.
Feel it.
So probably going back to your freshman year, huh? You hadn't seen that. So Coach said y'all going to have about 60, 70 kids for fall. That's a lot more players this year. How does that make you feel?
Sure. We got a lot more people to play. Protect.
A lot more depth. And a tough schedule.
I
mean, y'all got young guys like Parker, Gerald, Daly, Potee, Damari Robertson, Braxton Simone. I mean, a lot of young guys that are going to be making their mark. Anthony McKnight, Javon Nicholas. What do you think of these young guys coming up?
They got young talent. They help me take the weight off my back.
Being the mature guy, you helping them out a lot.
Yes, sir.
How's off-season workouts going for the team?
Good. Everybody doing good. Everybody comes.
You pushing them?
Pushing.
Antonio Alexander's a top prospect on y'all's team as a senior. What do you think of Antonio?
He's smart. He runs his defense. Lead on the defense. Big hitter.
Can play D1 ball.
D1 ball.
5'10", about 175, can light you up. I've seen him play. Now, he's an outside linebacker, running back for you sometimes?
Could play safety.
Punter? What does he not play?
Play everything.
Antonio gets on the young guys?
Oh, yeah. Lead on the field.
Lead on the field. What about, I want to mention this too, what about Jamal Sylvester?
Jamal Sylvester. Good. Running back. Can play it all too. Wide receiver.
Going to be a senior. Caleb Roberts.
Caleb Roberts.
Y'all got some
one
good
of my
guys
top wide receivers.
that can really go. Guy Williams, I want to mention him on OD line, 5'8", 280. He's like a stump. He can really get after you, huh?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You need those big guys protecting you, huh? We want to mention also your background. You don't just play football. Tell about the other sports that you play.
Play basketball. Used to play baseball, but I don't play no more. I never played in high school, but I played basketball.
You point guard?
Yes, sir.
What do you like about basketball?
Keep me in shape for football, running up and down the court.
Can you shoot?
Yes, sir.
What's your range? Threes?
Threes.
What about defender? You can shoot with somebody on you pretty good?
Yes, sir.
Can you dunk?
No.
Kelby, you're 5'9", about 175 probably. Can run though.
Yes, sir.
About a 4'5" guy, 4'6".
Yes, sir.
What's the most challenging thing in this district outside of Cecilia? Y'all play some good teams. They're strong teams, fast. You told the young guys that's what they're going to have to get ready for this year?
Sir. All the time. Yes, sir.
What do you need to work on your game?
Throwing. Accuracy.
What about when somebody gives you too much time? And your first read's not there. You working on your reads
Yeah,
too?
yes sir, yes sir.
Second and third reads?
Mm-hmm.
How far can you throw the ball?
55.
Not bad. Not bad. Heck, you don't need to throw but about 20, 25 yards usually. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to have our kid on, who's a great kid, Kelby Hypolite, quarterback, Breaux. We'll be right back.
Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom-tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of Sports Scouting Report. We've got with us a young man, Kelby Hypolite. It seems like he's been playing for 12 years at Breaux. You're only going to be a junior.
Yes sir.
You got some young talent around you. I know Coach had mentioned to me off the air, Jonathan Zanon, who played at LSU. His son's on the team. And you said your nephew's on the team. Talk about your nephew.
Competitive, he's good. Ever since he was young, he was always competitive.
Cody Noel can run too, huh?
Corner, never seen nobody, this season, going to 7-on-7, never seen somebody pick on him, throw on him, none of that. Like, he really grew, for real.
And Jonathan's stepson, Braxton Simone's a big guy, 6'2", 220. What do you think about Coach Jonathan playing at LSU, being on the staff?
He helps the defense, got the defense right. Defense good this year. I mean,
he brings a lot of passion, huh?
Yes, sir.
He could run, man, back in the day. He had a big-time interception against Tennessee in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, he
I don't
always
even know if you were
showing his
born yet, but he always talks about it.
He always showing his highlights and talk trash too.
Well, if he don't make the interception against Tennessee in Atlanta, LSU might not play for a national championship that year, and went on to beat Ohio State for the national championship. You got to let him know that. Hey, that was a key thing. He jumped in front, he read and reacted and intercepted that ball with like 3 minutes left in the game against Tennessee in Atlanta. What do you think of the team's potential this year? I know y'all are young, not a lot of seniors.
Not a lot of seniors. I mean, we young, got good potential, got defense good, working on our offense, Playoffs be good.
A lot of pride with this helmet though, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, when you put this helmet on, a lot of win seasons, when you go in the gym at Breaux, a lot of championships. Dominique Davis was a great player. You probably see his stuff everywhere. I remember when Dominique was at LSU, Kelby. He was all SEC and then was NFL Rookie of the Year with the Houston Texans before he hurt his knee. Breaux High School. Yeah, there's a lot of pride here, huh? And nice cap too, by the way, maroon. So, and then here's a jersey right here. Is that your jersey?
Maroon.
Nice maroon jersey, man. You picked number 1 for a reason. Did you always like number 1?
Nah, I just pick it. Number 7 is my real number, but Antonio got number 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with number 1 or 7. 7 was my number in high school. And then I had 1 also starting out. But tell everybody, this is toward the end of our interview, but do you want to do a shout out to anybody in your family, anybody that has helped you along the way?
Shout out my mama, my dad that got me in this position, my brother that always look out for me, and my coach for putting me in this position and giving me a chance to be a leader of his team. Coach
is high on you. He thinks you got a great future. This is your year to take this team back, man.
Yes, sir.
Whether it's running, throwing, or whatever you got to do, to win. Keep those young guys in line, and y'all keep having a great summer, but good luck to you.
Thank you.
Kelby Hypolite, only a junior, got 2 years of football left at Breaux. Seen this helmet, seen these guys play a lot, and now next we're going to have the head coach for Breaux join us. We'll be right back. We're going to introduce head coach for Breaux High School.
If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see MEDINE'S Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 888-281-7983, your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors. Be sure to take your car and truck for all your tire needs to Treads and Care Tire Company, located in Central. Call 331-8144. Family owned and operated. It's 1971. That's 331-8144.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report. You just heard Kelby Hypolite, the quarterback at Breaux. Coach was going to bring in Tony Alexander, but he had to do some workouts, and I'm glad Kelby got to come because he's only a junior. So he's got 2 years, gets his name out there. He's got a chance to be a 1AA kid. Who knows, might end up being a D1 kid. You never know with some of these guys on how much they grow and how much faster they get. But Kelby's one of the top young athletes in the area, the Lafayette metro area there in Breaux. And now we've got the head coach, Zachary Lochard. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Burkeen.
Coach, you were the head coach at Patterson last year.
Yes, sir.
And did a great job. Didn't know you and saw you were hired, and then I had a chance to talk to you on the phone, and you told me that you were from Colorado.
Yes, sir.
And I want to be able to tell everybody, or I guess let you say it, but to get to know you better, how did you, now you told me the story, but what made you come to Louisiana? How did you get to from Colorado?
Sure, yeah. You know, my dad played receiver at Army West Point. So, you know, I was an Army brat. We moved around a lot younger, but he got out of his time in the service, and I grew up in Colorado. I was a linebacker at a 5A school, Longmont High School, and got to play Division II football on a full ride at Adams State University. And, you know, I got into coaching in Colorado, first at Northern Colorado for 3 seasons, working with receivers, then at Western State. And after 2010 in Western State, I got hired to be a football strength and conditioning intern at UL Lafayette. So,
and then we're starting to open up some curtains there. So now you're in Lafayette.
Yes, sir.
Which is one of the top cities in the country, I believe.
Absolutely.
And so something happened after that.
Yes. I met the most beautiful woman on the world, my wife, Christy. We now have 3 beautiful children, Krista, Landon, and Hannah. So it's just a dream come true for me to now be at Breaux Bridge, close to my wife and her family, close to all my ties at UL Lafayette, and just super excited about the future at Breaux Bridge.
Coach Lochard, we're going to be talking about Breaux Bridge, you know, in the other segments, but I want to mention Colorado just because a lot of people might be interested. When we think of Colorado, we think of ski resorts, we think of cold, we think of snow. So playing high school ball in Colorado, it's got to be different, right?
Much different,
so
much different.
There's times of snow. How do you play in the snow? How does that, I mean, I guess if you're from there, used to it.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, you're always adapting. There were games I played in as a high school football player that we had to take off our cleats at halftime because the ice was so slick. We had to put on tennis shoes. So I actually played at the highest elevated college football stadium in the world. So coming from that altitude to sea level down in Lafayette has been very interesting.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
To cold to humid.
Yes,
right?
Very humid.
Very humid. How long did it take you to get used to the humidity?
I'm still not used to
it. But you got your wife and kids.
Yes.
Because of being at UL, being a strength coach.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between you growing up in Colorado, playing ball there, and the ball here, like football-wise? Like, I know coaching's coaching, but I'm talking about just what's the difference? People say, obviously Louisiana takes it more serious, or some people will say it's like you're born with it here. Colorado, how's it different than Louisiana?
You know, the passion and the love for the game is no different, but there's no denying that down here in the South, and Louisiana specifically, football is a religion down here. You know, it's much bigger than just a game. I absolutely love the Louisiana culture. You know, from the food and the weather and the people and Southern hospitality. So there's a lot of differences, but, you know, coming from Colorado, I've got, you know, tremendous family and friends who I'll forever be connected to as well.
I got to mention this because I was a Colorado fan when Coach Bill McCartney was the head coach.
Yeah, me too.
Salinasi,
Yeah.
Darian Hagan, all those great players they had, and Jerry DiNardo was on the staff that coached at LSU. Their whole staff became head coaches. Coach McCartney was brilliant, and Rashawn Salam won the Heisman Trophy there, the running back. The late Rashawn Salam died way too young. But why does Colorado now have trouble keeping the players in state?
Y'all
produce a lot of good linemen, a lot of big linemen every year, a lot of good players.
I did a study at one point, coming out of Colorado, there was, between 5 to 10 Division I players per year, and then you've got 20, 25, 30 just coming out of the New Orleans area in Louisiana. Another study I did, just per capita NFL players, in Louisiana and Mississippi had the highest per capita rates out of anybody. So there's something in the water, that's for sure. Down here in Louisiana, I love to be a part of it.
I'd like to see Colorado get back to going like they used to.
They need to recruit the South better. That's when they won the national championship in 1990. You're talking about. That's right. Yeah, Texas, Louisiana. Shoot, they had a lot of Louisiana players on those really special teams.
Actually, Eric Bieniemy,
right,
who's about to be a head coach in the NFL, was a great player. He's from New Orleans, didn't play in New Orleans, but they had a lot of great players. Mike Phillips from New Orleans was an All-American linebacker at Colorado.
Yes, sir.
The DB, actually, they have his son's going to be at St. Aug this year in New Orleans, but they had a DB that was all-world from John Ehret High School.
Yes, sir.
Was an All-American. They did a good job recruiting John Ehret. They also had Cordell Stewart.
Absolutely.
And in Texas, they went and got Convanvius McGee. Remember him?
Yes, sir.
D lineman?
Yes, sir.
Was a two-time All-American.
Yes, sir.
They beat LSU out for him.
Absolutely. And like I said, when they were emphasizing recruiting down in the South, they were winning a lot of games. That was back when they were in the Big 12. But now they're going to California a lot more and things like that.
Dalton Simmons was the DB at Colorado. Dalton Simmons.
Yes, sir.
His son is the starting quarterback this year for St. Aug.
Yes, sir.
Just so you know.
Yes, sir.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have more of Coach Lochard from Breaux High School, who, I want to say Patterson because we did a Patterson show earlier, but he was the head coach at Patterson last year, but this year, first year at Breaux. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Gage has served Louisiana for over 40 years. Let Gage create a custom tailored solution for your business and become your partner in technology. Give them a call today at 225-753-4243 and help your business get better connected with Gage.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, host of the Sports Scouting Report. Hope you're enjoying the show. And Coach, you said currently Jonathan Zanon, who is on your staff, played at LSU.
Yes, sir. He is doing a phenomenal job as our defensive coordinators. He won a national championship. He was one of the four horsemen, they call it, who came out of Breaux Bridge in a 4-year span. Nick Saban was speaking at Breaux Bridge banquets because there was four straight years where they had a lot of Breaux Bridge Tigers on their roster and won a national championship with Zenon as well.
They had a D-tackle, Alexander from Breaux Bridge, who was all world. At Shelton Parker, good Arkansas, was really good. Lots of talent at Breaux Bridge. I remember, Coach, they had about 12 kids signed in a 5-year period, D1. But I enjoy the town. The people are great food. Mm-hmm. We always say this every week, great food. But I don't think there's a town in Louisiana that doesn't have good food.
Breaux Bridge, crawfish capital of the world.
Unbelievable. And obviously that's rubbed off on you being from Colorado. We got to mention this. Favorite foods in Louisiana now that you've been here a couple of days?
Just shellfish, crawfish, shrimp, crabs. But anything, if you just call it Cajun, I'm probably going to like it.
Did you eat any of this prior to Louisiana?
Never even heard of any of it.
So you're sold.
Sold, yes, sir.
Hook and sinker.
Yes, sir.
What do you like most about Breaux Bridge? I mean, you were in Patterson, which is not far, but different town. you come into Breaux Bridge, it's about Cecilia. You're a coin toss away from Lafayette. What is it like being in that Cecilia Breaux Bridge area now for you?
Oh man, your segment's not long enough for me to say all the good things. The thing I really like most about it is the tradition, the expectations. You know, this is a team that's been to the playoffs for 30 years straight. We've won a state championship. We've got some of the best facilities in the state. We've got fantastic administration. You know, it's just a recipe for success, and I'm excited to really just follow the process, and day by day, kind of we say brick by brick is kind of what we're doing, and we've seen vast improvement since I first started there.
Coach Lochard from Breaux Bridge, Zachary Lochard. I talked to you about 3 months ago, Coach, and you hadn't taken the job yet. And I want to let people know this because it speaks highly of Breaux Bridge. You left a good job.
Great job.
And a lot of good players coming up. Most coaches leave schools and there's no talent coming up, but Coach left. So obviously, this school here is something that you thought was an incredible opportunity for you and your family.
No doubt, absolutely. You know, it's a step up. I'm a competitive person. You know, it's going from 3A when we really had 2A numbers at Patterson, let's be honest, to a 4A. There's the turf field, there's the tradition. You know, I moved here in January of 2011 when I was hired at UL Lafayette, and I coached several Tigers. Tyron Alexander, Trevorance Pat. Trevorance Pat is on my staff now, coaching the secondary. But I knew, you know, and everybody knew about the tradition, and you know, altogether the entire situation, not taking anything away from Patterson, because Patterson, you know, I'll always cherish my 2 years there, first 2 years as a head coach, and we had Division I signees and recruits, and we had a very successful season. But for me and my family, this is just an absolute dream come true, and somewhere that I want to stay working till I'm in my 70s.
And Coach is going to have some of his Patterson guys sign this coming year that
Absolutely.
You coached. Big group.
And some of our Breaux Bridge as well.
Yeah. Tyrell Fenroy, you were part of that at UL when he was there running back.
Yeah, I came a little bit after Fenroy, but everybody knows Fenroy.
U.S. Marshal now, you told me.
He's a U.S. Marshal now, along with Trevorance Pat. But you know, Coach Fenroy is going to work with our running backs, and he was a Doak Walker Award semifinalist, and just one of the best human beings I've ever been around.
That's
so I'm
a heck
fired
of
up
a
about
get
him.
for you on the staff.
Heck of a get, yes, sir.
Tyrell was all world at St. Charles Catholic in Laplace too, prior to UL. Coach, your dad played in Army, you told me.
Yes, sir. He actually played in the 150-pound. They call it the Sprint League.
Wow.
So, you know, there's a whole league that they play, and all of them weigh 150 pounds or less. It's awesome to watch college football like that.
150 or less.
150 or less, Sprint League, absolutely.
How do the linemen figure into that?
They weigh 150 or less too.
I got to see that. You got any film on that?
Yeah, I can get it to you. I'll
Give
send
me
it
some
to you.
film on that. Your dad was a pretty good football player?
Great football player, great leader. You know, he's a business owner now, a home inspector in the Lafayette area, and he's one of the best in the country. My grandpa also played Division I football back at Denver University when they had a football program. Oh. So I always put pressure on my 8-year-old son, Landon. I'm like, you got 3 generations of college football players, so you better do something.
Got to keep it going.
That's right.
I mean, you got Colorado State over there. You got all these different colleges, a lot of small colleges. In Colorado, Adams State, you mentioned where you played.
Yes, sir.
Pretty good school, Adams.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Great school. I ended up finishing my master's from there online.
They called me about recruiting in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
They do a great job with
Northern
recruiting.
Colorado.
Yep, that's where I started coaching at.
Northern Colorado's got a good program. We've had some Louisiana players go to Northern Colorado. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have one more segment. We're going to talk to Coach about his team. I want to get your thoughts on some of the young. You got a lot of young guys out this year. I know there's Antonio Alexander. We got Hypolite that came on, but you got a lot of guys that come out for the first time, which is exciting for Breaux Bridge football. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you. If you need a paint job or repairs to your vehicle, go see MEDINE'S Collision Center located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on Kincaid Avenue. The number to call is 357-7983. That's 357-7983. Your Baton Rouge Accident Advisors.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, the Sports Scouting Report podcast TV version. You can get it on YouTube, our website, lafootballmagazine.com. And if you're a parent watching, we've got a team preview on Breaux Bridge. We'll mail coaches his copy. Traditionally, we do that to every head coach. And our budget, that's all we can do, the 350 coaches. But go to our website and get your copy at lafootballmagazine.com. Late August is when we'll have it in to start mailing them out. It'll have every high school in it in the state, all of the Breaux Bridge opponents, everybody, even LSU and UL will be in there as a preview, Tulane, all the D1s. Get back with Coach Zachary Lochard, Breaux Bridge High School. Coach, you also coached at Pearl River, Mississippi, and also Central Lafourche. So you kind of did the whole gambit a little bit. We mentioned how you coached at Northern Colorado. You were at UL, strength coach, played at Adams State. But what was your time like around the Lafourche Parish area with Central Lafourche? I mean, you're talking about more Cajun people and cooking and great people there. But you would play Central, would play South Lafourche. You had Ellender, you had all those schools. So you were familiar with the teams too.
Yes, sir. That was Keith Menard, one of my great mentors in this game. Gave me my first start coaching high school football right after I got married and had children. So it molded me, and he taught me most importantly, how to be a great man, how to be a great leader, how to be a great person. So Keith Menard was a tremendous mentor for me. Spent some time at Pearl River Community College under Dave Saunders, who I've worked with at UL Lafayette. 2-year span, we beat every team in the South in one of the most competitive junior college football leagues in the nation. But also have had a chance to coach at Brother Martin. I was the defensive coordinator for Mark Bonice, another great leader, great program. And Chalmette, I spent a season with Jason Tucker, another tremendous role model for me.
Coach did the whole loop. He went everywhere but North Louisiana.
That's right.
Did the whole South loop anyway. Also, I want to mention again, Coach mentioned that Breaux Bridge has been in the playoffs 30 years in a row.
Over 30.
That's incredible. That's an incredible feat. Talk about your team, Coach. I mean, and Tony Alexander's your guy, like recruit-wise. He's your senior, been starting 4 years. I've seen him play for 3 years. What do you think of Antonio Alexander? He plays linebacker for you, plays running back, does it all, punts.
Yes, sir. He's a unquestioned leader on the field. 4-year starter. He got his starting position. He earned it in his freshman year, and he's never looked back. He's versatile. He could play 10 or 12 different positions for us. Just like Kelby Hypolite, he could easily play as many as 14 different positions on our team. But what I like about those young men is they're leaders. They're not afraid to stand up and say what's right. They're competitive, and they do everything right. They're yes sir, no sir. They're wanting to get extra work. So I'm extremely excited to have that leadership in place with those two guys.
Also, another senior that I've seen play for 3 years is Nigel Pat.
Yeah, Nigel Pat, absolutely.
Done a phenomenal job.
He's a stud. He's related to Trevorance Pat, who'll be coaching our DBs. He's a senior. He's a leader. He's a competitor. He's going to have a spectacular year, just like Antonio and Kelby.
D1 ability as a corner.
Definitely. And he's like a Swiss Army knife. You could play him in and around the box at safety, put him in at receiver. Do a lot of things, and we will with all three of those guys.
Outside linebacker, wherever you want to put him.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't realize this. The old-timers do, and a lot of but I want you to be able to say it, but I'll say it also. But Antonio Alexander and Pat are going to play where you need them.
That's right.
They're not going to play where you go to a game to scout. Okay, here's the position he's playing in college. You have to see through that. You have to say, okay, he's playing outside backer for coach, but he's really a running back, or he's really a strong safety. A lot of that's lost now, right, Coach? You don't see as much of that. I still look at it that way because you play where the team needs you.
Sure, absolutely. I was very similar. I was a high school linebacker, led my team in tackles, but I got recruited to play safety in college. These guys will be able to, and I'll be able to represent each one of them, and the goal is to get them to graduate and get them to sign a college scholarship. So they will be able to do things at the college level that may or may not be what they're primarily doing for us.
Right.
But they're team guys, so that doesn't matter to them.
And I love that. You need that in today's game. I want to mention some guys that don't get a lot of attention, I guess, or any mention. But the big O lineman, Reese Poirier, is a big lineman that you like. Not tall, 5'11", but 255, real tough kid.
He's a stud, and tough is an understatement with him. He's one who, when the game is on the line and 4th and 1 for the state championship, that he's going to get his job done. He's accountable, and he's an old soul. He's a very mature young man. Probably has a coaching career ahead of him, along with the other 3 guys we've mentioned.
Another guy I don't want to leave out, not a college prospect, but a guy that just gives everything he has for Breaux Bridge, Guy Williams.
Yeah, and
5'8", 280.
Yeah, you're right. He might not have the height, but he's going to be one of the best linemen in this state. He energizes our team on the football field, in the weight room. He's a strong squatter, almost 500 pounds. He'll have the whole weight room jumping up and down because he's inspirational. But you watch his tape, and he's a road grader for sure.
And a junior I like. This could be his year to really blossom, is Ashton Joseph for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Got the look.
I had a player at Patterson who, going into his senior year, has a Nichols offer, and that was a Kai Keys, really special player. And Ashton Joseph and him are like a clone. They're both the same frame. Incredible motors. Just talking about edge players, there'll be some of the better edge players in the state this year, no doubt.
6'3", over 200 pounds, can run. I want to mention you a little running back that is just, you love him, Christian Matthews.
Yeah.
Not a big guy.
No, about 160 pounds, very strong, our strongest player on the team. He's committed. He's a downhill runner, but he's got good vision and protects the football, and we're excited to have a very physical rushing attack with him carrying the ball this season.
And then you got Caleb Roberts, a good player coming back for you.
Tremendous, such a smart player. Him and his brother are just stars on our defense. They have a niche for finding the football and doing the right thing.
And a lot of young guys. You like this young kid, Jacqueline Thomas.
Right.
You said he's a great track guy. State meet?
Yeah, he's
under
actually
11 in the 100 meters.
He's an All-American. He's got world-class type speed. He just got done placing 2nd in the nation in a track event that he was attending. With Cody Noel, like we talked about, we feel like we've got 2 of the better corners in the state.
They can run. Speed always helps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach, what's your thoughts on track and guys running track? A lot of football guys are advocates of that. Coaches, makes them better. I always see great program. I see great guys running track. We're playing basketball.
Definitely. Here's how my stance on it. I've been around college football recruiting for 10 plus years, and I always asked recruits, hey, what other sports do you play? And it's almost like, if you only play football, why? I'm looking for guys who compete all year long. Track is going to help them with their speed development. I personally was a 3-sport athlete. I did track and wrestling. So I encourage these guys to play as many sports as possible.
What do we need to know about Breaux Bridge in just a short time of you being the head coach? I mean, we talk about some famous alumni. Have you met Jake Delhomme yet?
Yes, sir. Jake would come all the time. When I was a GA at UL, he'd talk to the team. There's nobody that when he starts talking, the room becomes silent more than him. He's a passionate person. You could tell he spoke from the heart. He spoke truth in what he did, and he encouraged us for so many of those off-season workouts that we did that helped us to win those 4 straight New Orleans Bowls and a Sun Belt Conference championship.
What's the goals this year, Coach? I mean, you've only been there not even 3 months.
Yes,
but
sir.
a lot has been accomplished. You got summer left. You got Jamboree. What's your goal as a new coach at Breaux Bridge this year?
My goal, first and foremost, and I told the team this, I want to win every home game. I want it to be special, for when people come to Breaux Bridge. I want them to leave there with a butt kicking just like the 30 years previously. But we want to win district, and we want to make a deep playoff run this season.
Zachary Lochard, we want to thank his player too, Kelby, Hypolite, who did a great job earlier. You got a guy that can be your quarterback 2 years.
That's
or
right.
Unless somebody comes up and you move him to receiver, you know how that works.
He could play 14 different positions for me.
Everything but make the Gatorade, huh, Coach?
He could do that too.
You can do that too. And I want to mention Tommy Minton retired. You were talking about Tommy helping you along the way, but Tommy's retired. Was at Assumption was his last job. And I met Tommy when he was at Central High School back in the day. Can't believe he's I want to be you one day, Tommy. I want to be retired.
Congratulations. What a terrific mentor and a legend in the high school football in Louisiana.
Coach, before we go, do you want to thank anybody for getting you where you are as a coach? Anybody that made an influence on you besides Minton and a couple other people you mentioned?
Absolutely. I want to thank my parents, Dennis and Marinelle Lochard. I want to thank my wife's parents, Chris and Liz Louvier, and all of my family and friends and everyone who's helped push me to this point. Thank you.
Thank you for being in Louisiana.
Thank you so much, Mr. Burkeen.
We keep adopting people from all over, man. We got a great young coach, and Coach Lochard from Colorado, Longmont. Man, I love Colorado. I'm that crazy guy. I keep up with football everywhere. I've kept up with signees out of Colorado, from Denver, and all over the state. And just a little trivia, LSU has a tight end from Colorado who's 6'7", 260. Got away from the Colorado football team, but there is a tight end on LSU's team from Colorado. Appreciate Coach Lochard being on the show today from Breaux Bridge High School, and also Kelby Hypolite, the quarterback from Breaux Bridge, who's got 2 years left. I want to make sure to thank our hotel sponsor, Marriott College Drive. Be sure to support them. They put up all our coaches that are 3 or 4 hours away overnight. And also Superior Grill, which is on Highland Road in both Highland and Government Street. In about a year, they're going to be opening up in Lafayette, Louisiana. They're also in New Orleans on Canal Boulevard, St. Charles Boulevard, excuse me. And then also want to mention you can get the show on YouTube. You can catch it on lafootballmagazine.com or go to wherever you get your podcasts. We're hosted on Podbean. We'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Burkeen.